How's it going, guys? ThunderBuddy01 here. Do you want to provide extra support to the ThunderBuddy01 Media Network? Do you have extra cash lying around? Become an official ThunderBuddy superfan today. For just $2.99 a month, you will get access to members-only perks, such as shoutouts, exclusive badges and emojis, priority replies to your comments, and when ThunderBuddy01 himself feels like it, early access to new videos. Do not delay, join now. You can use the link in the top of the description, or the blue join button. And as always, strike them likes, flood that subscribe button, and twist that notification bell. KXI89 be like, hey baby.
From midnight tonight to noon Eastern Standard Time Monday. What? Heavy snow expected. Total snow accumulations of 6 to 12 inches. Where? Western Franklin, Massachusetts, Western Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Western Hampton, Massachusetts counties. When? From midnight tonight to noon Eastern Standard Time Monday. Impacts. Travel could be very difficult. The hazardous conditions will impact the morning commute. Additional details, snowfall rate up to 2 inches per hour are expected at times after midnight through daybreak. The snow will change to rain by mid-morning. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. Watch remains in effect from Sunday evening through Monday evening. What? Heavy.
Alright, so that's one warning down. I have a pretty good feeling that there's going to be more overnight. I have a feeling Albany's going to push one out for Berkshire, but that's for time to tell. Jesus Christ.
Warning in effect from 10 p.m. this evening to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday. What? Heavy mixed precipitation expected. Total snow accumulations of 5 to 11 inches and ice accumulations of up to 1/10 of an inch. Winds gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. Where? The eastern Catskills, Helderbergs, southern Adirondacks, and Lake George Saratoga region in eastern New York, northwestern Connecticut, and western Massachusetts. When? From 10 p.m. this evening to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday. Impacts. Travel could be very difficult. Gusty winds could bring down tree branches. Additional details, snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour are possible at times between midnight and 7 a.m. The snow will change to a wintry mix late tonight through Monday morning, except over the Adirondacks. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. Precipitation expected. Total snow accumulations of 5 to 11 inches and ice accumulations of up to 1/10 of an inch. Winds gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. Where? The eastern Catskills, Helderbergs, southern Adirondacks, and Lake George Saratoga region in eastern New York, northwestern Connecticut, and western Massachusetts. When? From 10 p.m. this evening to 10 p.m. Monday. Impacts. Travel could be very difficult. Gusty winds can bring down tree branches. Additional details, snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour are possible at times between midnight and 7 a.m. The snow will change to a wintry mix late tonight through Monday morning, except over the Adirondacks. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. necessary actions to protect flood-prone property. If travel is required, do not drive around barricades or through water of unknown depth. For the following areas, New York, Southwest, Southern Nassau, coastal flood watch now in effect for Lake Sunshine to 7 a.m. observations. At Bradley Airport, it was partly cloudy, possible to 1 p.m. Monday. What? 2 to 3 feet of inundation above ground level expected in vulnerable areas near the waterfront and shoreline. Where? In Connecticut, southern Fairfield, southern New Haven, southern Middlesex, and southern New London counties. In New York, southern Westchester County. When? From 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday. Coastal flood impacts. Widespread moderate to locally major flooding of vulnerable areas is likely near the waterfront and shoreline, including roads, parking lots, parks, lawns, and homes and businesses with basements near the waterfront. Several to numerous road closures are likely, and vehicles parked in vulnerable areas near the waterfront may become flooded. Flooding will also extend inland from the waterfront along tidal rivers and bays. Shoreline impacts. Breaking waves of 4 to 7 feet will result in beach erosion. Waves splash over onto shoreline streets and properties, and minor damage possible to shorefront structures. Additional details. The potential and threat areas for localized major coastal flooding 3 feet above ground will depend on how much before high tide the easterly storm force winds subside, if southerly gale force winds develop by the time of high tide, and the resulting change in wave action. The higher probability is that winds and waves will weaken enough around the time of high tide to keep flooding at moderate flood levels 2 to 2.5 feet above ground, but the intensity and complexity of the situation necessitates preparation for localized major flooding. Take the necessary actions to protect flood-prone property. If travel is required, do not drive around barricades or through water of unknown depth. Western Monmouth and Eastern Monmouth. Coastal flood warning in effect from 4 a.m. to noon Monday. What? 1 to 2 feet of inundation above ground level expected in low-lying areas near shorelines and tidal waterways. Where? Tidal areas of Middlesex and Monmouth counties in New Jersey. When? From 4 a.m. to noon Monday. Impacts. At this level, widespread roadway flooding occurs in coastal and bayside communities and along inland tidal waterways. Many roads become impassable. Some damage to vulnerable structures may begin to occur. A coastal flood warning means that moderate or major tidal flooding is occurring or imminent. Be prepared for rising water levels and take appropriate action to protect life and property. Follow the recommendations of local emergency management officials. Do not drive your vehicle through flood waters. The water may be deeper than you think it is. You will be putting yourself in danger and your vehicle may be damaged, leading to costly repairs. Visit the Advanced Hydrologic Prediction Service at water.weather.gov/8 for additional water level and flood impact information for your local tide gauge. For the following areas, in effect from 4 a.m. to noon Monday. What? 1.5 to 2.5 feet of inundation above ground level expected in vulnerable areas near the waterfront and shoreline. Where? Stagnant businesses with basements near the waterfront will experience shallow flooding. Additional details, highest surge, and most of the moderate coastal flooding expected on the southward-facing shorelines of Staten Island and Brooklyn. Take the necessary actions to protect flood-prone property. If travel is required, do not drive around barricades or through water of unknown depth. Service in Mount Holly, New Jersey has issued a special marine warning for Lower Delaware Bay, coastal waters from Manasquan in New Jersey to Cape Henlopen and Delaware out 20 nautical miles, outer waters from Sandy Hook, New Jersey to Fenwick Island, Delaware out 20 to 40 nautical miles until 2:15 a.m. At 12:11 a.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Cape May Point to 19 nautical miles south of Deepwater Reef, moving north at 40 knots. Hazard, wind gusts in excess of 50 knots. Source, radar. Impact, boats could suffer significant structural damage in high winds. Small craft could capsize in suddenly higher waves. Locations impacted include Atlantic City, 5 fathoms buoy, buoy 2 FB, buoy 4 FB, bottom, buoy 3 FB, Deepwater Reef, Garden State South Reef, Axel Carlson Reef, Silverton, Harvey Cedars, Great Egg Reef, Ocean City Reef, La Valette, Over Falls Shoal, The Look, Marmaget Light, North Beach Haven, 28-mile wreck and Point Pleasant Beach.
That must have woken you up. Just get some sleep, boy, okay?
Has issued a special marine warning for coastal and outer waters from Sandy Hook to Little Egg Inlet, New Jersey, until 2:30 a.m. At 12:52 a.m., severe thunderstorms capable of producing waterspouts were located along a line extending from near Great Egg Inlet to 22 nautical miles east of Deepwater Reef, moving northeast at 45 knots. Waterspouts and wind gusts in excess of 50 knots. Source, radar. Impact, waterspouts can easily overturn boats and create locally hazardous seas. Boats could suffer significant structural damage in high winds. Small craft could capsize in suddenly higher waves. Locations impacted include Seagort Reef, Ship Bottom, Garden State South Reef, Axel Carlson Reef, Silverton, Harvey Cedars, La Valette, Marmaget Light, North Beach Haven, Point Pleasant Beach, Seaside Park, Ocean Gate, Little Egg Reef, Marmaget Light Reef, Monmouth Beach, Sea Bright, Ford River, Beach Haven, Garden State North Reef, and Shark River Reef.
You could have decoded that just fine from where you were if it was in the summertime. Why you're giving me an issue now, I have no clue.
In Mount Holly, New Jersey has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Ocean County, Monmouth County, until 2:30 a.m. At 1:52 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Seaside Strait. 70 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Locations impacted include Towns River, Long Branch, Asbury Park, Sandy Hook, Lakewood, Middleton, Jackson, Howell, Marlboro, Pigeon Forge. With National Weather Service in Upton, New York has issued a special marine warning for open waters 20 to 40 nautical miles southeast of Sandy Hook, New Jersey to south of Fire Island Inlet, New York. Fire Island Inlet and Marches Inlet, New York out 40 nautical miles until 3:30 a.m. At 1:52 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located 39 nautical miles 40 nautical miles moving northeast at 35 miles. 52 a.m. Wind gusts in excess of 50 thunderstorm will remain over mainly open waters. Move to safe harbor until hazardous weather passes. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected.
New Jersey to south of Fire Island, inlet New York. Fire Island, inlet Morris, inlet New York, out 40 nautical miles.
Forecast for eastern Long Island.
At 1:52 a.m. The thunderstorm was located 39 nautical miles east of 4 a.m. to 2 p.m. Hazard, wind gusts in excess of 55 knots. Source, radar indicated. Impact, boats could suffer significant structural damage and winds up to 40 miles per hour, increasing to 37 higher waves. The severe thunderstorm will remain over mainly open waters. Move to safe harbor until hazardous weather passes. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected.
Considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Locations impacted include Toms River, Long Branch, Asbury Park, Sandy Hook, Lakewood, Middletown, Jackson, Howell, Marlboro, Teton Falls, Holdell, Red Bank, Beechwood, Potomac, Mena, Squam, Highlands, Point Pleasant Beach, Seaside Heights, Lakehurst, and Farmingdale. This includes the following. The National Weather Service in Upton, New York has issued a special early warning for Sandy Hook, New Jersey, and Morris inlet New York out 40 nautical miles, Long Island South Shore Bays, until 3:30 a.m. At 1:55 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Seaside Park, moving northeast at 35 knots. Hazard, wind gusts in excess of 55 knots. Source, radar indicated.
Source, radar
Boats
indicated.
could suffer significant structural damage in high winds. Small craft could capsize in suddenly higher waves. The severe thunderstorm will be near entrance to New York Harbor around 2:50 a.m. Barnum Island and Island Park around 3:10 a.m. Jones Beach, East Bay, Jones Inlet and Little Bay around 3:15 a.m. South Oyster Bay around 3:20 a.m. Fire Island Inlet around 3:25 a.m. Move to safe harbor until hazardous weather passes. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected.
Gusty winds and high waves are expected.
The coastal waters forecast from Morris Inlet to Montauk Point, New York, out 20 nautical miles.
Overnight, east winds 25 to 30 knots
With gusts up to 40 knots, increasing to 30 to 40 knots with gusts up to 55 knots. Seas 7 to 10 feet. Building to 11. Southwest winds at New York out 40 nautical miles. Long Island South Shore Bays until 3:30 a.m. At 1:55 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Seaside Park, moving northeast at 35 knots. Hazard, wind gusts in excess of 55 knots. Source, radar indicated. Impact, boats could suffer significant structural damage in high winds. Small craft could capsize in suddenly higher waves. The severe thunderstorm will be near entrance to New York Harbor around 2:50 a.m. Barnum Island and Island Park around 3:10 a.m. Jones Beach, East Bay, Jones Inlet and Little Bay around 3:15 a.m. South Oyster Bay around 3:20 a.m. Fire Island Inlet around 3:25 a.m. Move to safe harbor until hazardous weather passes. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected.
Inlet New York out 20 nautical miles, New York Harbor, until 3 a.m.
I will slap you.
A severe thunderstorm was located near Silverton, moving north at 35 knots. Hazard, wind gusts in excess of 55 knots. Source, radar indicated. Impact, boats could suffer significant structural damage in high winds. Small craft could capsize in suddenly higher waves. thunderstorm will be near Sandy Hook Bay around 2:45 a.m. Rockaway Inlet and Lower New York Harbor around 3 a.m. Move to safe harbor until hazardous weather passes. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected.
Okay, I didn't even know that this was a double header, but yeah. Thank you, head asses.
County in northeastern New Jersey, southeastern Bergen County
southeastern New Jersey, Queens County in southeastern New York, Richmond County in southeastern New York, Bronx County in southeastern New York, Kings County in southeastern New York, Manhattan in southeastern New York, until 3:45 a.m.
The National Weather Service in Upton, New York has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Hudson County in northeastern New Jersey, southeastern Vermont.
The severe thunderstorm will be near Oakwood around 2:55 a.m. Long Island and the Verrazano Narrows Bridge around 3 a.m. Flatbush and beyond around 3:05 a.m. Jersey City and Crown Heights around 3:10 a.m. Hoboken and Forest Hills around 3:15 a.m. Flushing and Secaucus around 3:20 a.m. Markham and Ridgeville around 3:25 a.m.
And the Verrazano Narrows Bridge around 3 a.m. Flatbush and beyond around 3:05 a.m. Jersey City and Crown Heights around 3:10 a.m. Hoboken and Forest Hills around 3:15 a.m. Flushing and Secaucus around 3:20 a.m. Mont Haven and Ridgefield around 3:25 a.m. East Tremont and Hackensack around 3:30 a.m.
Haven't been vaccinated.
Field and 3:35 a.m. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
What?
90.
Okay, you are not getting a signal for some reason. I don't know why that's happening.
New York has issued a special marine warning for Sandy Hook, New Jersey to Fire Island inlet, New York out 20 nautical miles, New York Harbor until 3:30 a.m. At 2:49 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Sandy Hook Bay, moving north at 30 knots. Hazard, wind gusts in excess of 50 knots. Source, radar indicated. Impact, boats could suffer significant structural damage and high winds. Small craft could capsize in suddenly higher waves. The severe thunderstorm will be near Lower New York Harbor around 3 a.m. Rockaway Inlet around 3:05 a.m. The Verrazano Narrows Bridge around 3:10 a.m. Upper New York Harbor around 3:15 a.m. Move to safe harbor until hazardous weather passes. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected. For the following areas. 20 nautical miles, New York Harbor, until 3:30 a.m. At 2:49 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Sandy Hook Bay, moving north at 30 knots. Hazard, wind gusts in excess of 50 knots. Source, radar indicated. Impact, boats could suffer significant structural damage in high winds. Small craft could capsize in suddenly higher waves. The severe thunderstorm will be near Lower New York Harbor around 3 a.m. Rockaway Inlet around 3:05 a.m. The Verrazano Narrows Bridge around 3:10 a.m. Upper New York Harbor around 3:15 a.m. Move to safe harbor until the hazardous weather passes. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected. Forty
knots. Source, radar indicated. Impact, boats could suffer significant structural damage in high winds. Small craft could capsize in suddenly higher waves. The severe thunderstorm will remain over mainly open waters. Move to safe harbor until hazardous weather passes. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected. Here is the forecast for eastern Long Island. High wind warning in effect until 10 a.m. this morning. Coastal flood warning in effect until 2 p.m. this afternoon. Today, rain this morning, then a chance of rain and snow showers this afternoon. Windy and not as cool times in the upper 40s. South winds 20 to... Where? Hudson River and Poughkeepsie. When? From this morning to early this afternoon. Impact at 5.0 feet. Minor flood stage. Minor flooding of lowlands, boat docks and boat launches. Water covers State Route 213 in Eddyville. Additional details. This river is currently around 5.3 feet. Forecast. The river will reach a maximum value of 5.6 feet late this morning. It will fall below flood stage this afternoon. Flood stage is 5.0 feet. Flood history. This crest compares to a previous crest of 5.2 feet on October 25, 2005. http://www.weather.gov/